This is our Monday, March 9th, 26th at 3:30, our work session. And I'm gonna do a roll call first. Mr. Burst.
Present.
Mr. Tindall.
Here.
Mr. Lucas.
Here.
Mr. Cox.
Here.
Chair's here. All right. Before we get started, I'm gonna ask John if he would lead us in prayer. Would you? Okay.
All right, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for this day. We thank you that you're bringing us here today as leaders, as community members, to lead, guide, and direct our community in the way that you would have it go. Lord, I ask that you would just give us the strength, give us the courage, give us the wisdom to do these things. And we ask these things in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Before we get started, I'd like to ask y'all to remember our troops and all over there in the Middle East. Let's take a moment of silence just to remember them people over there that's in trouble. And we ask that God to be with them and guide them all. Thank you. Okay, we got our guest speaker, Mr. Ken Taft. Would you come up, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Thank you for having me be here. My name is Ken Taft. I'm a member of the Ware County Community Housing Initiative. That is the local arm of the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing Program. That is a joint committee formed by Waycross and Ware County. And I'm here today to speak with you about that initiative, to educate you on what we've been doing as a committee since we formed. As you may recall, I presented before the commission a couple years ago in 2024 to request this body's support of that initiative and to request the funding required for us to participate. Through the participation of Ware County and Waycross together, y'all jointly and equally fund that initiative, which basically involves paying for the required trainings that we must go to in order to maintain certification from the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing. Okay. All right, so we have a team of people, roughly 26 individuals are in part of our team, and we have established a mission. That mission is to strengthen, grow, and positively shape the future of our community by creating affordable housing and revitalizing neighborhoods through concerted efforts with our citizens and leveraging our unique assets in a manner that allows our community to prosper. We have a vision as well, and that vision is in making Waycross Ware County a community where all citizens have safe and affordable housing to improve their quality of life, which fosters the healthy development of our families and the sustained economic vitality of Waycross Ware County overall. Like I mentioned, we are a diverse body. We are a joint city and county partnership. We are excited on being an example of how the city and county can work productively together. We have a broad array of our community leaders are part of this committee, from school superintendent to planning commission members to the Chamber of Commerce, to the Cooperative Extension Service. We have elected officials. We also have the Director of Community Improvement, Director of Human Resources for the county, real estate folks, developers, and members of the public are also part of this committee, as well as the Public Housing Authority and other housing-related nonprofit organizations in Waycross, Ware County. Now, you may be asking, what is the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing? That's a lot of words, so we abbreviate it GICH, G-I-C-H, but it stands for the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, and it is a 3-year program that is developed in the state of Georgia. Each year, the state only accepts 5 communities within the state to participate in this program. Once you're in, it's a 3-year program, so you must complete 3 years of the training and technical assistance and advice that the program offers. But what we do, generally speaking, is we identify issues and housing needs, we develop ideas and solutions, we follow best practices that the state educates us on, and develop a community housing plan. We then work to implement that housing plan. And as part of that, like I've mentioned, we have to attend twice annual retreats at which the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing puts on training and education efforts and time for us to meet with our facilitators who are with the state to help us in our efforts. So practically speaking, what does GIC give back to our community? So by participating in GIC, or the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, our community gets the opportunity to issue annually, so each year that we're in the program, we get to offer one of these, a low-income housing tax credit letter of support. What that means is that the way that affordable housing projects are financed in the state of Georgia are through the use of federal low-income housing tax credit tax credit numbers. So if you want to receive that tax credit, you have to apply, you have to describe your project to the state as a developer, and the state will give it a score. The letter of support that the developer can receive from a GIC certified community like Waycross, Ware County actually increases that score, thereby making it more likely that that project, because of course each year there's only so many of those projects that are going to be approved by the state of Georgia. And having the GIC team enables Waycross, Ware County to basically bump up that score for a project within our community. In addition, if you're familiar with the Community Development Block Grant Program, or CDBG, normally communities can only apply for those every other year. As a GIC community, you can apply every year. So that's another huge benefit. In addition, our community gets additional points when its application for Community Home Investment Program, or CHIP funds, are being applied for. So that is yet another benefit that comes to Waycross, Ware County as a result of its participation in this program. So I've got a list of some of the existing LIHTC projects that are already up. There's a project that's in construction, but what I wanted to give you an example of is what are some of these housing developments, what do they look like? If you're familiar with either the Ware Hotel or the Bund Building, both those projects were developed with LIHTC funds. Also Ocean Breeze and the Grove at Oakmont. The reason that I want to draw your attention to this is because these developments don't look like what people typically think of when they hear the words affordable housing, do they? This is housing that the community can be proud of, that people can live in. Also, the Windsor at Waycross project is just a new project I wanted to bring your attention to. That is occurring over off Brunel Street, and those apartments will be made to look very much in keeping with the old historic houses in that neighborhood. So this is the type and quality of housing that we're looking to bring here in Waycross and Ware County through our Georgia Initiative for Community Housing program. The reason we want to bring this is summarized in this slide. Waycross and Ware County has an older housing stock than most communities in the state of Georgia and nationally. It has more vacant properties on average than the state or nationally, and it has fewer owner-occupied homes than the state average and the national average. So we want to improve that. Also, I don't know if any of you noticed, but housing is not affordable for lots of people. And I want to talk about what affordable means in just a moment. But if you look at this slide, you'll see that the median household annual income in Ware County is about $44,000. The median individual income is about $27,000. However, housing costs and rent, the average is about $900 a month. And the average sales price for all properties, residential properties in Ware County, is about $175,000. So to summarize, what are the problems that we see in our community right now? Well, we see an aging housing market that has blight and some substandard housing. We have high renter demand and low inventory. We also have a lack of affordable and workforce housing. We have employers tell us all the time that they have workers who have to either go outside of the county and drive into Waycross or Ware County, or to afford housing, or to just get the quality of housing that they would like to live in. So there is a growing demand for workforce housing to keep pace with the economic development that we'd like to continue to see in our community. So, what does affordable housing mean? Well, the definition is actually really simple if you look at it. Economists tell us that in order for housing to be affordable, it cannot consume more than 30% of your income. So if you're spending, regardless of your income level, if you're spending more than 30% of your income on housing, that is not affordable, right? So affordable housing can look like many things. That annual median income number that I just showed you a few minutes ago, $44,000, if you look at the 80%, the 50%, and the 30% of that number, you get those income levels that I've described. So that could apply to even a police officer, it could apply to a retail worker, even people who are working may qualify under these affordable housing rules. So our progress. Since we began our GIG journey in 2025, we have established a LIHTC or Low Income Housing Tax Credit application process. We've attended both the spring and fall retreats in 2025. We approved bylaws. We've established subcommittees to accomplish the objectives of our housing team. And we've even participated in some community outreach through local street festivals, specifically at Swamp Fest. But what we're most proud of is that in our first year as a GIG community, the Department of Community Affairs awarded our city a LIHTC project. The Vine Street Village is a 53-unit apartment complex that will be developed on Vine Street. And you've got some renderings there and an overhead drawing. And that is made possible, again, through that low-income housing tax credit that we qualify for because we are a GIG community. So what are we looking to do going forward? We're currently in the process. We're working with the Waycross Ware County Development Authority, Jason Rubenbauer, to have a housing assessment done for Waycross and Ware County because it's been over 25 years since we've had a housing assessment. What that housing assessment will do will give us a detailed understanding of exactly what our housing looks like what its shortcomings are, what the needs are, and what the needs of the community are to help us in developing a city and county-wide housing plan. We also are in the process of reviewing applications for the 2026 LIHTC letter of support, so that hopefully we can announce another LIHTC project coming to our community. We're going to be in April attending the spring retreat that we're required to attend. It's actually in Tifton this time, but then we'll also be attending another retreat in the fall. We also want to continue our community engagement efforts so that the community is more aware of the work that we're doing and provide feedback as to the needs of the community. In addition, we are working to develop a work plan to help address the housing needs of the citizens of Waycross and Ware County. And so I want to say thank you again to all of the commissioners for their continued support of this program. It is through the combined support of the Ware County Commission and the Waycross City Commission that this team is able to do the work that we do. Because a requirement to participate in this program is that the local governments help support the program by paying for the cost for our team members to attend the trainings that are required. So at that concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that the commissioners have.
Y'all have any questions?
I'd just like to thank him for the work he does, because I know he works hard and he's focused, he's driven. I've known Mr. Ken for many, many years, and he's good all around fella. And when he goes after something to get it done, he will get it done one way or the other. And I just want to commend you for the work you're doing to help our community.
Thank you, Commissioner Lucas. I appreciate that, but I also want to say that it involves the work of many of our dedicated members, some of whom are here. We've got Reverend Keith Brinson and Teresa Young, who's also a member of our team. So
Well, we appreciate
their efforts too.
Absolutely. We appreciate what y'all do too.
Yeah.
Every one of y'all, everybody that's in this committee, we appreciate it. Because y'all are making Waycross, Ware County better. Y'all truly are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Don't got any?
So when is the project on Vine, when is that supposed to?
Start
up.
gonna break. That's what everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
When
That's
we're gonna see
exciting.
shovels?
So just to give you a little more information on the timeline, the project wasn't even approved by DCA until late October. So we're still in the early stages, but they do plan to break ground later this year.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And the Windsor project that's going on right now off of Brunel or on Brunel?
Yes.
So tell me about those. I rode by them the other day. I was heading out that way and I saw them, and they do have the appearance of the older homes in the area. I thought that was pretty neat. So what would be the internal layout of those?
So that project is actually a private project. That's not a project that was directly implicated through any of the GIC involvement, which that's part of what we do, is we aim to encourage both, not just public monies to flow into housing, but also private dollars. So I don't have readily the designs for those. They may be available through the Planning and Codes Department in the city of Waycross. But specifically, I can speak to the exterior of that because one of our committee members, who was formerly a city commission member, actually spoke to the developer about that and requested that change. So that was those apartments were not initially going to be constructed using materials that would be in keeping with the surrounding historical homes. But through the efforts of that now former commissioner, that was changed. So that's part of what we do as a team, is we try to make sure that the best interests of our community are considered when housing is being developed for our community.
Right. Yeah, I noticed them the other day, and I thought it looked neat that you go down the whole road and they all basically all look the same, except obviously these 4 or 5 units, 6 units that are being built now are brand new. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah.
Looking good.
All right. Thank you very much.
All
I
right.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank all of y'all for your hard work. Okay. There's no more guests, so we're gonna go to the agenda items. Right-of-way mowing contract. Y'all have that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did that go up, Chairman?
Well,
Cause kind of the numbers look like they went up a little bit to me.
Went down.
Went down?
Yeah, well, the numbers for the mowing stayed the same, but we took off the arm mowing. So we're not doing the arm mowing, we'll do that in-house.
Right.
So, so it went down $179,000.
Went down
Yeah.
to 179?
Right
No,
away.
it went down at
Back and slopes.
$179,000. The arm mowing was $179,000, we took that off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's reduced down to $193,320, and we have roughly $274,000 in that T-Splost account, single county T-Splost that we're paying for this out of. So we recommend doing it one more year with that T-Splost.
And the trash pickup as well.
Yeah, it's three mowings and 3 trash pickups, and also I put into well, if you go to page 2 in the of the agenda, you can see where it's broke down. It's 179 miles of mowing, recycles at $235 a mile. And it's litter removal, 179 miles at 3 cycles at $135 a mile, which all totals out to $193,320. And then also I put in the back of the packet actual copy of the roads that are part of the mowing.
Is he agreed to do it again at the same price? At
He
his
has.
price? He's agreed
has,
to
yes,
it.
sir.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I suggest we move it over to the meeting.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that.
Y'all got it. All right, let's move it over. Okay. B, 2023 local fund, phase 1, coastal engineering change order for the Jim Mixon Road and the Camp Branch Road pipe replacement. What it was, some, Camp Branch and Jim Mixon down there's got some problems with them berry nose, and
Yeah.
we went and looked at them. That was
that
the
is-
change order price that you got from them to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a change order, for Thrift Brothers to, do that work. These roads, these pipes were already part of the LMIG, the last LMIG that was done, I believe. And, but they didn't get included in the bid package because the valuation was so high from the engineer. So we had to scale back that LMIG a little bit. So, what we suggested was to come back and we done a change order, and we got Thrift Brothers is working in Manor already. So we got a change order for those, for them to do that work. On Jim Mixon Road, it'll be a subtotal of $58,534.32. And that's 6 locations. You have the breakdown of 24-inch pipe and 18-inch pipe. And then on Camp Branch, it says Crossroad, but that's actually Camp Branch Road. And its location is 1, and it's to reseal a 36-inch pipe. But that's 2 36-inch pipes. So you see it's 80 linear feet. So it's gonna be 2 runs of 36 inches. And to reseal that is $8,026.10. And this also includes paving back after they're done.
Paving back over
Paving back over it, yes, sir.
the new pipes.
Yes, sir. And you see, on that would only, that $66,560.42 only represents about 4% of the, bid total of that other project.
And that'll help alleviate a lot of that water that's standing on that property.
Right, well, it's a lot of dips and they're going bad.
Yeah.
So, and, as stated before, the single county T-Splosh balance is $274,613.19. The right-of-way mowing comes out of that, and then we would also take the local roads, phase one change order, $6,560.42 from that, and that'll leave a balance in that single county T-Splosh of $14,732.77.
Okay.
I recommend we move it over to the meeting.
Carry it over. Okay.
Chair, go ahead, Mr. Burris.
Yeah, I just to make sure we're all clear, this here is gonna be cement pipe, they're gonna be replacing it, right?
Right, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's some of those, we're replacing the one that's in the road where they, the old ones that must have holes in them or something, they keep getting holes in the top of the road, you know? There's several of them down through there.
Now, is more pipe,
I don't know, I think they old concrete, but they were a little short ones, like 4 foot long.
All the roads on Jim Mixon Road are the short four
Yeah,
foot
they're
stacks.
4
or
foot
short,
joints with no bells on them.
spots, 4 foot length.
Yeah.
They're the old ones. The one, and the reason why we're just resealing the one on Camp Branch is because it's actually a newer.
It's got
8
a new pipe.
It's just,
Yeah.
just developed some leaks.
Okay.
okay.
And it's all going back with RCP.
Okay. Good, good. That handles that.
Anything else?
Move it over to approve.
All right. Y'all wanna move it over?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, let's move that over. All right, let's see. Airport ground lease for, this is C, airport ground lease amendment for Michael and Vicky Franklin.
We got anybody here from the airport?
Do we have, anybody?
D's out today. But this is, if you remember a few meetings back, we approved the lease with Mr. and Miss Franklin. It was gonna be on the south side of the terminal, but after further investigating, that cypress tree there declares that property as wetland.
Yeah.
So we're basically just moving that to the northern side of the terminal, out past the Jones Company terminal, and this actually conforms to the Waycross Ware County Airport layout plan.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be 100 by 80 feet, so 8,000 square feet, and your lease will be $320 a year. So
And they're building their own
they're
building,
building their own hangar.
just on our land, county's land.
And Mr. Franklin's good with the move.
He is.
Okay.
All right,
Anything else on it?
I say move it over.
Move it over. Okay. All right, that's all. Got any manager comments?
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Any commission comments?
I would like to say something. Me and Mr. Barry spoke with a citizen earlier. I'm gonna go out and look at the road this week. But the road that was, new rock has been put down and pavement has been put down, and some of the rocks are still on top. And they're not going down inside the pavement like they're supposed to. And they're picking those rocks up with their tires and taking them off the project that was done, and that's out there on Pascal Road. So we might need to get somebody to go out there and look at it and see what's actually going on with it, because the residents are saying that it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not. And I'm gonna go out there myself tomorrow. I wanna go in the middle of the day in the heat and see how bad it really is. And I'm gonna drive my Mustang, which is low sitting. So if it scrubs, then we'll know it's wavy.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be wavy, it should be smooth. So we might need to go look at Pascal Road again, because it was just surfaced.
Right. Well, I rode down it and I didn't experience any waviness. I mean, if you do a surface treatment road, you're going to have some rock on top for a while. Yeah. Especially until it starts warming up, so that tar and that binder gets loose enough that it will push it down. But I didn't have any. Well, looking back, I didn't notice any waviness. But I mean, I wasn't really looking for waviness either. I was just kind of looking at the overall condition of the road, and that's been a few months ago.
And you in a four-wheel drive truck,
I was in a Tahoe.
Tahoe?
And trust me, that Tahoe lets you know if there's a bump. It's the roughest Tahoe I've ever ridden in my life.
Lord,
It's a surface treatment road now. It's gonna be about $1 million cheaper than the asphalt road. Is why it's that way. So you gotta go through a summer month and the heat's got to get up around 100 degrees and the highway will blend in.
Right.
But it's gotta go through one summer season for it to, usually they blend in about that time.
I tell you, Mr. Commissioner Lucas, while you're out there riding, if you will, ride down Dixie Union Road.
Yeah.
That's the same road as Pascal. And when that started and you rode down it, you would have little small rocks would catch any tires and it would sling it or whatever. But now you go down it, I don't think there's anything after it's been there through a summer.
okay, all right.
So
So we'll get,
There's
it
gonna
will
be
get
some
better
loose rock on a surface treatment road
until the
until the
heat gets there.
until the heat gets to it, and it'll blend in.
that final layer is what it is, it's
Yeah,
rock. It's
it
a
has to
fine
go
rock
through about a
that goes
whole
down.
season before it really blends. Then it looks like just like a paved road.
All right,
Mr. Chairman, I got a couple things. I have had a couple of calls about, apparently there's some trash being blown out of the trash trucks going down Central Avenue, all up in that area. I'm assuming during on trash day. Thursdays seems to be trash day out there, and seems like there's trash flying out of the trash truck, winding up on the sides of the roads in that area off Central Avenue. So that's one thing, and then I've spoken with the chairman about this, and I think I mentioned it to you, James, about off Seminole Trail onto Highland Drive. Years ago, we did a drainage project down there, and it seems like several of the driveways are caving in where the concrete was poured up to the just kind of just on the backside of the drain pipe and.
Highland.
I think it's
Highland.
I think it's
No,
not.
It's that subdivision that runs up
Yeah,
there.
I keep on saying Highland. I don't think it is, but
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of it is. I know it's right off Seminole Trail before you get to the big curve.
Right, it runs from, basically, it runs back to Seminole Trail.
Back to it
From
runs
Central.
back to Central Avenue from Seminole.
Right.
But anyways, all up in there, it's all down that same road there. Several driveways are the concrete separating at the seam that they made. Then I got a similar call for something today about a drainage project that was done several years ago off of Andrea. And it goes down a little side street, and anyways, apparently one of the main driveway that it goes under, it's cracking and starting to cave in some. I took some pictures, I'll get them to you, let you take a look at it.
Okay. So I've spoken with Mike King and had Mike to go out and look at the one in that subdivision. I can't think of that name of that road.
Keep
Saving my
say,
life
I'll
now.
look it up. You go ahead and talk, and I'll look it up on the map.
And so he feels like we can cut the concrete there and if that pipe has a leak and fix the leak and repair it. My question to the commission is several year or so ago, the commission adopted a policy or whatever, from my understanding, that if we go in there and have to replace a driveway or anything like that, then we won't put the concrete back. So that's where I'm kind of at, is I need direction from this commission to tell me what we're gonna do.
well, I don't know if the rest of the commission would agree with me, but if the ditches are our responsibility because that's county right of way.
Right?
And if they have a driveway that they paid money and put money to have the concrete run out to the pavement, like everybody does, and we go in there and cut that concrete out to replace our pipe on our property, I would say we need to replace the concrete. I mean, because they didn't ask for the pipe to give way or mess up or quit working properly. You know, it's not their fault. It's just wear and tear.
And we've done it both ways in
Right.
the past. I just need clear direction.
I think what it was on it is Riverdale.
Riverdale, that's it.
Riverdale. I knew I'd get it right one day.
so
But
that's
I
on
think
Riverdale.
I think what happened was that the contractor that we hired replaced the concrete from the asphalt up to where the cut was made. But the problem is the cut was made just on the backside of where the pipe laid down. And so when the dirt starts settling around that pipe, then the concrete does that and it separates right along that seam of where they quit pouring. Ideally, they would have gone over a couple feet, and then all that area, you know, wouldn't have had that seam for water to get down into and wash it all out. I don't think that there's any problems with the culvert pipe itself. I think it's just over time that dirt's settling and it's causing that to separate, and it's caused in this one particular home a tripping hazard. So when they go out there and walk in there at night, coming up the driveway, you know, they trip and fall, and then, you know, obviously they're on their own property when they trip and fall, but, you know, we don't want them to trip and fall.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I think that one, it looks like they only cut a strip wide enough to put the pipe in and then come back and concreted it. And
that's right.
And that may be what it is, leaking down the cracks.
yeah, I think that's what it's doing, is just leaking down the cracks of where they cut the concrete, and then it's just washing out into the ditch.
So that, and I would agree, if it's a faulty design, then we probably need to go back and fix it. If we signed off on it.
I think the one off of Andre, I think it's, or Andrea, ever how you say it, I think that one is probably just a seam in the pipe that's leaking. But it does seem to be that you can see a crack all the way down it, right along the line of where the pipe is. You can't see the pipe because it's all underground. And then there's one spot about the size of a football that's caving in.
Don't we have, employees, when they go out there, they can replace those pipes and then get the concrete out there and they can lay the concrete and, you know, move that roller across it like it's supposed to?
Yeah, we don't put a roller on it, but yeah, they got one they can trial it.
Okay.
You know.
That way we don't have to contract with nobody on the outside. We can use our own employees to do it, but my thing is if we mess it up or if our pipe gave way, I would say that's our fault.
Yeah.
You know.
And to be honest with you, on that one, the way it's cut, the width, the way it's cut, you know, I'm just thinking just off memory. My opinion, it would have been hard for a tamp to be put back on that to like it should have been, because that cut's only, you know, looks like it'd be only that wide, and it'd be hard to put a tamp back on there to tamp that dirt back around that pipe like it should have been.
Yeah.
And probably when you cut that out, and what you have to do, probably need to put dirt there and leave it there for a few days or a month to get it packed down before you pour concrete back on, because you probably have to haul more dirt back in there.
If the commission authorizes us to do it, we're gonna go from the first seam and just take it all out and re-pour all the way to the end, or back to the highway.
And that's right on the right of way, right? On our right of way.
It'll still be on our right of way, yes, sir.
So we can just say, we can tell you now, go ahead and do it, right?
I mean, if that's what the commission wants to do.
Would y'all say let's go ahead and get it done correctly?
Yeah,
do it right?
I mean, we can assess it on each one of them that we go down there and see, and then, I mean, obviously I wouldn't want to make a project to go all the way down and replace them whether they need it or not, but let's make a plan, get Mike to go out there and kind of mark the ones that need to be fixed, and then we fix those now, and then if some of them break later on, we can go back and fix those too.
Mr. Leonard, go ahead. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I guess, and I heard Tim and, John say, and Ware, right? And I think also the first thing we need to establish is this is our problem, if it's citizen problem, and even if it is a citizen problem, how can we work, you know, together with them to try to resolve it? But, you know, we don't want to, as I always say, we don't want to open up a can of worms where we start just going out and doing it, you know, if it's not really our problem, you know. And so I think we need to really look at this carefully and see if something on the county, we definitely need to take care of it. And if it's on contractors that we have used that should have done it, then we need to address it with them, I guess, also.
Yes, sir. I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Burris. I agree totally with that.
It's hard to pour a cut back and it stay, unless you wait a while. We've always suggested that anytime you take a pipe out of a road, you need to let it go for 6 months if you can maintain the gravity, gravel on top of it.
Yeah.
And let it stay there until it settles. Especially it needs to go through a rain or two.
Oh, yeah.
And rain's gonna make the difference.
Yeah.
It'll bring it
Cause it'll
down.
pack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, they need to cut it wide enough where they can tamp it. A lot of times they do it just what they need. A lot of times an inspector needs to be standing there.
Take a post and go down there and do it like that. Turn the post hole diggers over.
That's it.
Need Mr. Charlie McQuigg back. Yeah, he was a good one.
But that's all I got, Chairman.
Okay, anybody else?
I got a question for James, and you might can answer. The T-Splosh roads to be paved, who come up with that list? Was that the prior commission or?
The original T-Splosh or?
Yeah,
The regional,
yeah,
the commission, some of the
All the
commission
roads
did
there
it
we did.
way back. They did perimeter, inside perimeter road.
So the regional T-Splosh, are you talking about, when you're saying the roads to be paved, you're talking about the ones that, the TIA, that's on the TIA?
Yeah.
Not our discretionary funds.
He's talking about
the
these
ones
right
out in
here.
Jamestown,
He's talking about
area,
these.
yeah.
He's talking about these.
No,
That's the more than that.
Mowing contractor.
Which one's in Jamestown?
It's Turnus Road, what's the name
Oh,
of
the
that?
ones we just did at Bennett subdivision
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Furnace Road.
Yeah,
and,
Bennett subdivision and all
mean,
No,
that.
that's the CDBG, that wasn't,
Dusty
that
Lane.
wasn't T-Splosh.
No, that was just, we got a grant on that.
A grant, okay.
Yeah, we had a grant on that, so it qualified for a grant. Am I correct?
Now, Old Waltertown and all them, and it goes back into that subdivision.
That's in a TIA.
That's in the
TIA.
TIA, that's in the regional. Now, that was put on,
And that was the other commissioners, a previous commissioner.
yeah, that's 6, 7 years ago.
I didn't know how, I didn't know if, they came up with it or we come up with it or what,
Yeah, the previous commission came up with that. I think I gave at the retreat, I gave, everyone a copy of it.
Yeah, I got a
What's on
copy
that
of it.
TIA. Yes, sir.
It was actually it was a wish list. It was really a wish list. And then we got the, regional got voted in. And so all these roads were on there.
Yeah,
So some of them don't even want to pay, but they was doing that to get up a list. And I think that we could probably take some of them off, the ones that don't want them or the ones that,
And I don't know what roads were included, because the list or the TIA that I saw, it just says Jamestown area, roads in Jamestown area, and it says, Gilbert Park roads.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say, specific roads that it may be broke down somewhere, but the list I got is not broken down.
yeah.
And they only give, so much, like Jamestown might have had $3 or $4 million tied to it.
Yeah.
And then, Gilchrist Park, I think, had $4 or $5 million tied to it. So I don't know which roads they're actually, if they actually included some roads or just said, hey, we'll do some areas and just put it like areas. And then let the commission decide what actual roads in that area. I don't know.
And that wish list it'll come up, but it may not be able to pave all of that because the funds may not cover it all,
And we've already had several citizens come up and say they don't want their road paved.
Yeah.
They want to
I got some that can take the place of them if.
I was gonna say, I got a few in my area that can take it.
Lucy Moore Road needs it bad, so.
I will say
That's
that,
resurfacing. Now that is supposed to be, some of those resurfacing are supposed to still be on there, but
they may be, I don't have a list in front of me.
Yeah.
I know Bacon County did theirs from up to the county line, and then from the county line on,
Did it go to the Wright County line this time?
I don't know, I can't find, there's no sign out there.
Did it go to Bear Trail? Let me ask you that.
I went further than that, I think.
If they didn't go to Bear Trail, then they didn't come to the county line. So that's where it stops.
When the pavement changed, I thought that must have been the county line.
No, they stopped it way short.
Okay.
Before. No, I was told that, that DOT is gonna open up, we should expect applications anytime, or to open up anytime is a, second round 2026, LMIG.
Yeah.
So I think you just gotta wait to get the governor's budget and then they should have those, and we can apply for that second round of that. And that, if they do it like they've done it in previous rounds, previous years, it'll be a no match. So, if the county wanted to, I mean, that might be, a commission wanted to, it might be a, opportunity to go out to one of those rural roads and resurface. A lot of it is
Well,
what the commission wants.
I think we kind of promised, back when the, regular 1% come up that we would pave a road, you know, maybe in each district. And I've talked to everybody out there and that's the one they really want because everybody goes that way and they're gonna have to go that way when they go around, which I know it won't be paved, you know, by
And I'll
then.
suggest that if we do that, to go back, I think that's the surface treatment road, is to go
Yeah.
back surface treatment on that as well.
Surface treatment.
I'd just love to get it on some kind of list to try to get it, you know, took care of as soon as we can. I know.
That's the Lucy Moore.
Yeah.
Lucy Moore.
Yeah. And I think you got some,
It needs research.
flashing lights ordered for the end of it, I think,
We do.
haven't you?
They're on the same boat in China.
Yeah, we're waiting. They're supposed to be on the way, is all I can tell you.
Any more? Commission comment?
Flashing lights there at Wakeona and,
Flashing light, the Waco,
what's the crossroad there?
Ware
Dorothy.
Street,
Dorothy Street?
Not Dorothy, I think it's Ware.
Ware.
It's right there.
They don't
Ware
cross.
and Ware.
It's where the deputies stand whenever they do the traffic there.
Ware.
Wakeona Drive.
Wakeona
On
Drive.
State Street,
Yeah, that's the DOT.
yeah. You have to get that from DOT.
Well,
It needs a light.
yeah, there needs to be a light
I
there.
thought there was a light there.
There's an overhead light.
So they need something to slow them people down, cause the only time when people slow down is when that deputy's out there doing traffic to let all the kids and their parents
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a caution light flashing overhead there.
Have you heard anything out of the, study they was gonna do at, the Manor, Millwood Road at, 84
I
there?
have not heard anything of it yet, so I can call and check on it.
I've had some people ask about it. I hadn't been through there lately.
I was gonna go to the DOT office and ask if we can get another light put under the ones that are there,
Yeah,
just like they have in, what's that little community action?
yeah.
Yeah.
And see if maybe we can get another light to go under that one.
And
On
Manor,
that side.
yeah.
So you'd have two caution lights, going there on the side, so.
What did the study turn out on when we asked for the red light there? Miss Beverly called me about that last week about red light there in Manor.
So I haven't heard back, cause they were already doing that, or Burchett was having that done, wasn't he?
Yeah, they was doing a study on it. I didn't know if we ever,
I haven't heard anything back on it, so, but I'll follow up with it.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
down in the summertime, weren't we? Wouldn't you want it done in the summertime?
Mr.
Yeah,
Bursch, you
they-
got anything else?
One of the things and I knew you were talking about the Maynard Millwood Road, but what about the one out there, the, off of US 1?
Pebble Hill,
Right.
Pebble Hill.
the Pebble Hill Road, they asked
Yes,
him,
have we written them a letter yet, or to get a study done on that?
We didn't write a letter because we were told they were already doing a study on that one.
I actually called, I called Mr. Burchett, and he put it into motion, and the guy from Jessup, he called me and told me that they was gonna go ahead and do a study, and they was gonna try to put up some flashing lights, temporary or whatever now to try to, make everybody aware. And, they was gonna do a study about, what they could do there, so. And I hadn't heard back from him, so.
Yeah. Well, they have a couple of bad accidents out there. I got a couple of calls about that out there, and,
Yeah.
so hopefully they're trying to do something that kind of, alleviate having any more bad accidents, whether it be caution lights or traffic lights.
Somebody did tell me, I think they went up and went out there and put some flashing lights or something. I hadn't been out there at night, but they said they did go out there and do something. I don't know what they did, but.
Have
That's all
we,
I have, Mr. Chairman.
okay, thank you, Mr. Leonard. We have anything else on that 122?
Somebody said they saw him out there doing some surveying or something the other day.
I saw them doing some surveying, it's probably been a month ago.
Yeah.
I didn't see no running wire for a red light though.
They're probably surveying for them R cuts.
MR
Yeah,
cuts,
that's
yeah.
it.
I don't see how them two turning around would be cheaper than a red line.
I don't know how that U-turn's gonna work, but I guess they know more than I do.
I don't either. But-
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, we got anything else?
No, sir.
I hear a motion to adjourn the work session.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Take,
We got
How much
35
time?
minutes, we can't go till 5.
okay, we got 30 minutes.